Hello YouTube, this is Brad Richardson of following50.com. Today I wanted to make a little video about the 6 warning signs of age discrimination in your workplace. It is real, and there's a good chance that if you're over 50, you've been the victim of at least one of these age discrimination attacks. You know, we often recognize age discrimination as something that happens to other people. When I think about age discrimination, I think about all the downsizing, streamlining, efficiency cuts, whatever they want to call it, all of these massive layoffs, and how there's probably more age discrimination going on right now than at any point in our country's history. I also think about the obvious cases of age discrimination when I think about female actors. Meg Ryan came to mind. Here was somebody who was America's little darling and a cute little gal and made so many movies. And believe me, age has been a factor in her career. Another person is Julia Roberts, who's in recent years has been bypassed for younger women. So what are the 6 signs of age discrimination? We need to know these so that we can be aware of it and we can possibly do something about it. The first sign is that there are frequent jokes about your age. In the office, in the factory, wherever you work, if you're referred to as the old fart, the old man, or the old lady, the mature lady, whatever, there are a lot of ways they can do this, then this is a subtle form of discrimination or even harassment. Take stock of that. Don't take it as just lightheartedness, having fun, being playful. But this is something that's commonly happening in your office, especially from anybody who's one of your superiors. You really need to make a note of this. The second sign is that if your company is engaged in forced retirements, they're practicing a form of age discrimination because, don't kid yourself. When they have forced retirements, who's the first ones to go out the door? It's the older employees. I've heard of about a lot of this. Companies cutting costs by forcing retirements, early retirements, and that's rarely a real good deal for the people forced out the door, and it is a form of age discrimination. The third sign is when your company runs employment ads when they're trying to recruit workers that state age preferences. In fact, if they're foolish enough to advertise that they have a preference for a certain age range, then they are practicing age discrimination. And you need to make note of that. Document these things. The fourth sign of age discrimination is disciplinary action. If you've been at a company for a long period of time, well, more than likely you've been doing your job. You probably have a long history of excellent job evaluations, and then all of a sudden you come up for a job evaluation and they're marking you down for your performance. You're not doing anything differently than you've done in previous years. Let me just tell you, this is a telltale sign of age discrimination, and it's likely that they are preparing the groundwork and the paperwork for your younger replacement. I hate to tell you that, but this is a pretty obvious sign. The fifth sign is exclusion from events, training events, any kind of company lunch that you used to be involved in, but all of a sudden they are just no longer taking the time or spending the money to train you. If you're excluded from these kinds of events and this training, but younger, less qualified employees are invited, you may be the victim of age discrimination. I think probably some of these things are resonating with a lot of you over 50s right now. And then just the hiring trends. The sixth sign is just the hiring trends of your company. As you look around you at work and you notice the influx of new hires, and they're all young. They were hired based on their youth and not their qualifications, and you're working in a discriminatory environment. End of story. End of story. It's kind of a heavy subject. I was going through some of my picture files, and a little bit of humor. This little girl, she's probably 8 or 9 years old, in a somewhere in the South, probably long ago, working at a textile mill. We can thank God for child labor laws. But what about us? What about the over 50s in this era that we're living in? While there may be some laws on the books, there's not a lot of teeth in some of these laws, and it's very hard to prove age discrimination in the workplace. And that kind of brings me up to, what can you do about age discrimination? It is hard to prove in a court of law, but one thing I would advise you to do is to thoroughly date and document any incident that you feel you've been wronged, and if possible, secure any second party confirmation. The important thing is to get this on paper and document it, show a paper trail. Ultimately, though, you need to realize that it is in your best interest to invest in yourself if you're over 50. And if you're over 50 and retirement, you'd like to retire sometime in the near future before they carry you out in the ambulance or the morgue van. You need to invest in yourself, and that's why I highly recommend on my site and in my videos, I highly recommend that you consider starting a side business that you can carry over into your retirement and give you a sense of control in these uncertain last years of work. That's my best advice. And one of the things that you can do, and I make available, is to check out the free ebook that I'm going to include a link to in the description box below. It's called Newbie Cash Secrets, and it is a 66-page written by an online expert, Stuart Sterling, who started an online business with no technical experience and very little money. And today he is financially free, and his office is his laptop. And you can pick up your free copy of that fabulous book. Lots of information, gets you on the road to finding out how to start an online business, what online businesses entail. And really, that's my best advice, because for a lot of us, we don't even know if Social Security or a pension or our 401k or whatever is even going to be available to us by the time we want to retire. Your best bet is to find something you love and that is a passion for you, and invest in yourself. Finally, I just want to thank you for watching, and to check out my site, www.following50.com, and to check the links below. Once again, thanks for watching.